We got Adam Piccolotti back here on the program, who's coming off a huge win this past Saturday at Bellator 199. He got the submission victory over Carrington Banks. Adam, what's going on, man? How are you?
Oh, feeling pretty good today. Feeling pretty good.
I bet, man. Congrats on the win. Big win for you. Banks previously undefeated. You hand him his first loss. What was the game plan heading into the fight? Do you feel like things went according to plan?
Yeah, for the most part, it's kind of open him up with the striking. Obviously all the fights start on your feet, so introduce a strong striking game. That's going to make him at least think about the striking. If anything else, making the takedowns more available. Fighting a wrestler a lot of times can be like they're really good grappling, but not so much off their back, and that's usually the case. So that was kind of part of the game plan going into this thing, and kind of panned out.
Yeah, it certainly did. Was there anything about him that surprised you in the fight?
He was pretty quick. I knew the right hand was coming. I tell myself over and over in training, don't get hit by that right hand, and I got hit by that right hand in the first round. Not that it stunned me or put me down or anything, but that was like one of those little mental goals that I didn't want to get touched by. I got touched by it. So he was quick with that. He was kind of unassuming and explosive when he did pull the trigger. Besides that, everything else felt good.
And I think people watching the fight may have scored the first round for him, gave you the second. Third round, are you thinking you need the finish just in case? I know you're a California guy, but still, you never know with the judges, right?
I want the finish no matter what. That's always like part of the plan. I kind of hate how much of a narrative it is in MMA right now. Like, don't leave it up to the judges. You have to get the finish type of deal. It's kind of like, that's not really how it is in sport, right? Like it is a sport. It's a fight, but it is a sport. So always I want to perform and be dominant and smell blood and put guys away. But, when you're fighting somebody tough, like I give him plenty of chances to quit. That dude has no quit in him. I try to squeeze his head off. I try to break his ribs with my legs, Like I give him plenty of chances to quit. And so when somebody's like that, the finish doesn't always present itself. I definitely knew I won round 2, definitely won round 3. I even had good moments in round 1 as well, so I know that was a toss-up round. But I wanted to finish more so just for myself, Like I've been on this guy's back for 10 minutes now. I have to finish him.
And we talked about this. There was a lot of pressure going into this fight. The 2 losses, but how nice is it not only to just get back on the winning track, but get a finish? This is your first finish, I think, since 2016. Kind of reminds people, hey, you're still in this division. You're one of the top fighters.
Yeah, absolutely. The finishing was definitely the icing on the cake, because in the moment it's like I had the fight won. There's 20 seconds left. The finish didn't really change the outcome, but at the same time, like always from this point forward, looking back, it's that was a finish. Yeah. That's huge on the record. It's huge on the resume, and you're exactly right. It reminds people that I'm here and I'm gonna strangle your neck if you're not careful.
Did Bellator say anything to you after the fight? Any executives, anything like that? Just because it was a pretty entertaining fight, and I think you definitely, the matchup lived up to the hype.
I got little comments here or there. Nothing serious, nothing, official. Usually that's kind of how, at least my experience with Scott and Rich has been, is they kind of, give you a little breathing room, and then we could start talking the following week or so.
Interesting. How did you celebrate after the fight?
I was actually there until about 11 o'clock because we had a bunch of teammates fighting. So that takes its toll. I was pretty tired, but we went out, ate a bunch of pizza, ate a Pizookie. We went to BJ's. It's one of those late night type of places. So I just enjoyed that. I was just with my girl, my family, and stuff like that, and just having a good time.
Now, excuse me for being sheltered here in Canada. What is a Pizookie? I've never heard of that.
Oh yeah, you guys are missing out.
Yeah.
So there's a chain restaurant here called BJ's.
Okay. And
it's like burgers, salads, whatever, pizzas, stuff like that. And they call it Pizookie. It's like a baked cookie covered with ice cream, basically.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I've seen something like that. I just didn't know that's what it was called. But yeah, we don't really have that here in Canada. It's not like a big thing.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Okay, I'll be keeping my eye out for that. Did you see Carrington after the fight, or was it just you guys went your separate ways?
We kind of went our separate ways. I saw him, in the back on the way to the doctors, and respect for that dude.
Yeah.
There's not much to be said in either case. Like I definitely want to let him know, like, hey man, thank you for the fight, much respect. And this and that, but I also don't want to be that guy who's like trying to become best friends with everybody that he fights. It's like I know that he doesn't really want to talk to me, especially at that moment. You know what I mean? Like taking that, like we talked about that first L. It's it's a bad place to be. I've been there, so I didn't want to try to be that guy. But I told him respect, and he's like, I'll be back. It's like I know you will. And he was tough as hell. So.
And we're recording this on a Monday. You had the fight on Saturday. What's on deck this week? You going back to training, or are you gonna take some time off?
My feet are a little sore, a little swollen, a little puffy, little not like nagging things, but little things that come up during a fight. My hands hurt. So I'm gonna take 2-3 days off. I'll probably be back at the gym like this week.
Okay. And when are you looking to get back in there? Do you have that kind of mapped out? I know the wind's pretty fresh, but I'm sure you kind of have an idea of when you want to return.
I have an idea, just based on Bellator returning to San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love fighting in San Jose, so I think they're talking about a return later in the year. So that would be kind of like the latest possible time that I'd want to fight. If we could schedule something within like 3 months, give me like 3 weeks kind of on a chill, and then right back into camp, I'd be up for that too, because I am so uninjured. Yeah. It's kind of what they want to do with me, so we'll see. That's
interesting. Anyone you want to fight next? It's a deep division, but again, when you win fights, you can kind of dictate what happens next. Is there anyone you have in mind?
To be honest, like I usually try to keep something prepared, but with the way 2017 went, I stopped doing that, so okay. I haven't put much thought into it as of right now. But yeah, like you said, there's a ton of fun fights for me at 155. So, really just leave it up to Bellator. I'm sure we'll have a talk with all the guys coming up this week and kind of game plan and see who we want it to be. But nothing's too fresh in my mind right now.
And you got a lot of video game time in this week. I know not as much as you would have liked, but it's a sufficient amount. I mean, you're satisfied with the amount of hours you got to log in this week?
So, yeah, this week at the hotel, for whatever reason, I was like more busy or I don't know, just like less zoned in on the video games. Not like me, but it worked out, whatever. Yeah, I got some good God of War time in. I got in enough to know that I need to play the heck out of that game. It's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had some good time, some good chill, relaxation time there on fight week.
And last question for you here: what'd you get up to on Mother's Day yesterday? We just were a day removed. Do anything exciting?
No, I was definitely sore from being in a fist fight the night before. We visited with my mom. We went and visited with my girlfriend's mom. Just kind of like showed our love. I said, sorry, Mom, like I don't have a lot planned out right now. My mind was kind of full before, and my mom's so cool. She's like, every day is Mother's Day. Like, forget this Hallmark holiday type of deal. Like, she's super on board with that. So we just hung out. That's all she asked for, really.
Good stuff, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win. Nice to see you back in the win column. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors to thank, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Yeah, check me out, you guys, on Instagram, Twitter, at Adam Piccolotti. Huge shout out to all my sponsors. We had a big turnout. So Oren at KO Reps, thank you for getting all these guys like Smart Stop and Venom and all these big players. Versa Climber. Then always my ongoing sponsor with On It. Like, those guys take care of me. 44 Love. They gave me great food this whole training camp. So I'm probably missing a bunch, but that's good. And I'm just super thankful, happy, and ready to move forward.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.